everyone, so first video review for this week is for Confined Desires by Katherine Mcintyre. If you want to check out my review, I have just posted that, so if you are on YouTube there's a link in the description below, and if you're on Facebook or on my blog then there's a link within the post. And this is the video review. So Confined Desires by Katherine Mcintyre was so cute. It was really cute. Sky's best friend Mia, she's just come back to town and she's currently sort of staying with her whilst this virus is sweeping the world. We all know what that feels like, don't we? And it sort of leaves them confined within Sky's apartment under the orders of quarantine. Again, we're all familiar with that nowadays. So Mia's just getting over a breakup, but Sky has these unrequited feelings for her, and she can't quite seem to get her head around the possibility that they might actually be reciprocated and they could actually be happy together, when Mia sort of admits that she feels the same sort of way. So they try to find out if they've got this potential to be together, and therefore there's a lot going on for them both, sort of mentally, emotionally, and sort of with their situation and circumstances. So what was great about this was it was really cute, sort of friends to lovers type story, and how they were both sort of really wary of how their feelings might change their friendship and destroy it, so whether it was worth that risk. So I loved how Katherine used the pandemic situation to explore this. She created quite a forced space for them here, very confined space, as the title suggests, Confined Desires, and that really tested these characters. They were under immense pressure to be brought out of themselves, to spend time together, and sort of it forced them to face the realities of their feelings, but also they were really challenged, especially Sky, because she couldn't just do what she would she couldn't just revert to type and run, which is what she's done in the past, and hide. The circumstances didn't allow her to do that. So there was a lot of emotion in their story, and from what happened between them in the past, which was briefly touched on and explored when they were like discussing everything, but their worries, their fears, their insecurities, this hesitance of how it was going to affect them personally and their friendship and everything, all was considered. And it's always sort of a risk when the person that you fall for is someone who you're already incredibly close to, because it's an important part of your life, and it is going to change things, and things will never go back to how they were. Once something's happened, then everything changes, doesn't it? And you know, if things go wrong, it's not easy to go back. You can't really go back without that sort of sitting there. So I completely sympathise with Sky as to why she was having all these worries, and I understood why she was hesitant a lot of the time as well, to really push and explore and see if Mia felt the same, because she was risking a lot here with her friend. But it was so cute. The romance sort of had the angst, and it had tension, had all that emotion that made it quite exciting as well, because you were sort of like, they have no choice but to spend time together, and it's not like one of them can just run away, because they're not really allowed to leave the space they're in. So it caused the whole situation and circumstances really added to that. And I think the simplicity of only using two characters for the majority of the story is quite a challenge, and Katherine's very cleverly had other characters present without them physically being present a lot of the time. So they weren't really actively involved in large portions of the story. This was really about Sky and Mia, and it was really them sort of taking centre stage, but there was these additional characters that added to the complications and the thoughts that had to be considered and everything. So it was quite unique, and it really sort of reflected the situation of quarantine of which the story was set in. It was really true to life and realistic in that respect. So I highly recommend this. I think most people will find it quite relatable now as a story, just because we've all had this experience. So we can all sort of say we've been in these characters' shoes to the point of being quarantined with someone where we've had to face issues that are very probably similar to what they have. Lots of things have been tested, relationships and everything. So it's a really great use of what has been quite a dire situation, and I absolutely love that Katherine was brave enough to put it in a story. It's the first one that I've come across that's been based on quarantine and sort of a virus sweeping the world, and I absolutely thought it was brilliant. So she's done a great job with it, and I highly recommend it. It's a really great story, so I hope you'll go and check it out. I'll pop a link in the description so that you can go and grab a copy of Confined Desires by Katherine Mcintyre. If you've read Confined Desires, I'd love to hear your thoughts. Please comment below. Please let me know what you thought of the story. It's always great to hear how you found it. And if you haven't read it yet, but it's on your to be read list, you're planning to read it, or you're thinking, I really must read that story, again, comment below, because it's always great to hear what you're reading. And if you do read it, I hope you enjoy it. Bye.